Hey guys, so we're gonna go through the stoichiometry quiz. If you decide to just go through this PowerPoint so you can get the right answer without knowing how to work it out, good luck on your final. That's all I got to say to you for that. So let's just jump right into number 1. If you're given 171.5 grams of water being produced, what grams of HNO3 were reacted to get that amount of water? So remember that this is all just one big conversion pretty much. And I was nice and went ahead and balanced your equation for you, so you don't have to worry about that part. You just have to worry about the calculations. And so remember that we're going from grams of water. We have to go to moles of water because our balanced chemical equation is in moles. And then we have to get to moles of HNO3. Then we have to go to grams of HNO3. Okay. First thing I like to do, I like to go ahead and find my molar masses that I'm going to need. You can do that within the problem if you want to. As we all know, I'm very good at copying things wrong and doing little calculations wrong. So I like to go step by step by step. If you are really good at typing stuff in the calculator correctly the first time, and by all means, go for it. But I like to do this first because I just need to break it down more simply for myself. And so the molar masses we're going to need is the molar mass of water, which I can go ahead and tell you is 18 because you have 16 pretty much plus 2. That's 18 grams. And then HNO3, you have 3 times your oxygen plus a nitrogen plus a hydrogen, and you should get about 63 grams. If you get something a little bit more, a little bit less, and by a little bit I mean like only 1 or so off, like if you got 62 point something, 63 point something, that's fine. Okay. So we're going to do our fence method to go from grams to moles of water to moles of HNO3 to grams of HNO3. So I'm going to always start off with my given, right? This is my given. This is my given, so that's what I'm starting off with. Right, 151.75 grams of water. Okay. We have to go from grams of water to moles of water. So there's 18 grams. Remember, these have to cancel because they're diagonally across from each other. You have 1 mole of water. Right. So here we went from grams of water to moles of water. And now we've done this step, right? So our next step is moles of water to moles of HNO3, and we're going to do that using our balanced equation. So if we used the coefficients from our balanced equation, there's 2 moles of water. Here, there's our 2 moles of water for every 1 mole of HNO3. Oh, excuse me, 2 moles. Because our coefficient is 2. Alright, so now we have gone from moles of H2O to moles of HNO3 using balanced equation. Okay, and now we have to go for moles of HNO3. That looks like an M. So this would be an NO3. Okay. So we know for every 1 mole of HNO3, according to the molar mass we already have, that's 63 grams of HNO3. Let me take my eraser, get that extra. Oh, that's not what I wanted. That's okay. There we go. So when you multiply across the top and divide by the bottom, you should get 531 grams. Of what? Of HNO3. That's what we're looking for. That's how we know we're done. Because we got 2 grams of HNO3. Right. So again, your equation's balanced. You're welcome. You're given this many grams of CH3OH, and they want to know grams of CH3COOH. How many grams were produced? Right, so I'm not going to walk you through it step by step this time. I'm just going to start with my math. So I'm going to start with molar mass. Right, you have CH3OH, which is 32.04 grams, and CH3COOH, which is 60.05 grams. Alright, we're starting off with our given 336.22 grams CH3OH. One mole of CH3OH is 32.04 grams. Alright, to go from moles of CH3OH to moles of CH3COOH using my balanced chemical equation, and it's just a 1-to-1 ratio because all my coefficients are 1. So there we go. Then we have to go to grams. Multiply across the top and divide by the bottom. $630 grams of what? CH3COOH, because all my other stuff cancels. And there's our answer. Right. I don't think I put this problem in the quiz, so we're going to delete that. Alright, because I only put 3 problems. So at this point, you should have an idea of how to do this, so it'd probably be a good idea to pause and try it if you haven't tried it already with the quiz. But I'm going to assume that you have tried it, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Again, our equation's already balanced, so you don't have to worry about that part. And so if you have, you're given and you're trying to get to grams of KNO3, we know that 18 grams of water is 1 mole of water. And then we're going to have a balanced chemical equation, 1 mole of water for every 1 mole of KNO3, because all my coefficients are 1. 1 mole of KNO3 is 101 grams, and this came from the periodic table. Multiply across the top and divide by the bottom. One 1,716 grams of what? KNO3, because everything else cancels. Alright, and there's your answers for your quiz. Worked out answers. You really need to understand stoichiometry in order to understand limiting reactants and theoretical yields. And so I suggest you get a lot of practice with that.